to today's workshop from Board of Trustees at Village Hall, 911 Church Street in Village of Fredonia on this November 5th already at 9 a.m. Before I start the meeting, I want to talk a little bit about rumors and innuendos. And what I mean by that is, and I assume it happens in communities all across the state and the country, but I just warn people to not listen to every rumor that you think comes down the pike. A couple of weeks ago, I had at least 5 to 6 people come out and say, well, first of all, I want to say it's a good day in Fredonia, but that the $77 million that was awarded to the hospital from New York State was rescinded. Project's not happening. It's been defeated. It's going nowhere. You're absolutely right. The state did not give the hospital $77 million. They gave them $223 million. And they will start work today, as a matter of fact, for 133,000 square foot footprint, which was larger than the original footprint. That's just one example of the things that you hear at coffee, the things that you hear at church, the things that you hear when you run into folks. Take everything that's said with a grain of salt, because it can come back to be untruthful, and that is just one example. When I say it's a good day here in the village, I also want to read this to you, because we want to thank Governor Hochul. We want to thank the New York State Department of Health. And, well, we'll just read it. Dear Mayor, New York State Department of Health has completed the evaluation of your project and funding for the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund and the Federal Fiscal Year of 2025 Infrastructure Investment and Job Act, formerly known as Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. Bill supplemental of the project referenced above. I am pleased to inform you that your project is eligible, and you have been awarded up to $5 million interest-free financing in the amount of $12,500,000 through the base hardship program for a term of up to 30 days. I won't go through this, but essentially what this is funding the transaction from our current water treatment plant to our connection with the town of Pomfret and North County Water District. So I want to thank board members. I want to thank the state of New York, Department of Health, for helping us get through that project. And we look forward to giving you more information as things move forward. With that, I ask that we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And before we go, I have so many people in this room to thank as well, and also people at the county level, our legislators, our county executives, people that helped us in so many different ways to try to get this done. So for me personally, I think it's a good day for the village. We've got our hospital. The hospital will have its water, and there are other things that we can focus on to make our community even better tomorrow than it is today. Let's go with resolutions. Abstracts 783 through 786. Any questions? Number 2, IAJA-BIL-GS grant funding that I just read.
Is there going to be a listing of what this money is going to be used for?
It will be used for, yes, it'll be used for the items we'll break down the project. So it's not broken down in the letter of acceptance, but it'll be broken down as you go through the labella. And once we identify what the cost items are, it'll be broken down.
I just think you should have that listed on here for the resolution.
Well, I think all we would need to do is get Labella's scope of work, the project that they list at total cost of $17.5 million, and we can include that with it, because that's what it'll be used for.
I would
Go
just
ahead.
like to see that information expressed in this resolution.
Just put an attachment and say, see attached or something.
Okay. Operator trainee water treatment plant, new hire, which is actually a replacement.
It's great news. I'm sure Louis is happy.
You won't have to work 24 hours a day anymore, Liz.
23.
Does that bring you up to full staff? How many are you still
Not
down?
even close.
One
Yeah.
more.
And we are advertising.
No, we're waiting on the next civil service.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Number 4, career fire chiefs, upcoming meeting. Any further discussion?
Well, there's a 5 that wasn't included. It was another resolution reworded for the sale of property on Glasgow Road.
Okay.
Or for the listing of the,
I would still like to
That's just
see
a listing to determine
an appraisal.
possible debt. Well, that's what it's for.
that's how we're
Yeah,
doing
it's
it.
to allow us
That's how we're
to-
getting the appraisal.
It's not posting it for sale, it's posting it for appraisal.
To get an appraisal on it?
Yeah, the Alan
Okay.
Shaw Group.
to receive interest from potential purchasers.
Right.
I
Well,
suppose
maybe
would
that should be written differently, yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we can still say no to selling it.
Right.
This isn't
Yeah.
committing us to a
is
sale.
just getting a
This
value of the
is-
property.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get the value of the property. We're going to see if there's any interest. There may be none.
And also, there is the seeker that would need to be done.
Where did you get
Yeah.
that information? I'm interested, that, because I went up to Mayville yesterday and did a search on that property, about a 3-hour search, and there's nothing recorded. There's no, normally if there's a grant or some kind of agreement for, between the federal government and a municipality or an individual, there's something recorded, and there's nothing. I looked through our paperwork, I found the deed, I found the title work, and I found all that information, but there's nothing about a grant or anything in there that we got from the federal government. So I'm just wondering if you know, or if someone that has been speaking with you knows that there is a grant somewhere, if we could take a look at that, because that would tell us if there are any restrictions. I also sent a long email to the Department of Labor, because they're the ones that were administering that project, and I got an instant email back saying, unfortunately, because of the government shutdown, we're not able to process your request. When the government shutdown ends, please resubmit it. So I've been unable to find anything that says that there was any kind of grant from anybody.
I was referring to the seeker, and I'll read it again. Municipalities are required to obtain the permission of the state legislature to alienate parkland via a legislative bill signed by the governor. A municipality must complete a seeker before adopting its resolution to alienate parkland.
Okay, well, this resolution is not saying anything about selling it. It's saying that we want to find out the value of it before we decide if it's even worth selling. So spending money on a seeker for a sale we don't even know if we're going to be interested in doesn't make any sense.
I just want the board to know that there are requirements if we are going to sell.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. We
it
realize
does seem
that.
pretty clear that there would be some hoops to jump through, and I think that's not a
Right.
bad thing.
Yeah.
Should we decide to sell it?
Yeah. This gives us a possibility of finding if there's interest, but it doesn't really give us necessarily an appraisal.
Well, that's
Should we
what they would-
consider getting a professional appraisal?
That's what the
That's
contract
what you're
will
doing
be.
when you're
Yeah,
listing
That's what
it.
we're doing with the listing.
Because it's going to be
Shaw Group would come back,
listed.
tell us what the possible dollar figure would be.
Yeah, because it's going to be listed, we're going to get that appraisal
Should-
included in the listing. If we were to just go out and have it appraised, we would have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Let's
To
get a
receive
market-
interest from-
This would give us the opportunity to get a market value at no cost.
Why doesn't it say that then? The resolution says to receive interest from potential purchasers.
Authorized to list the property. That's included in listing a property.
No one would be allowed to sell the property without the
But
vote and
there's
the
no-
information, so.
I would like to see the word appraisal in there.
It's not an appraisal, it's a market value.
Market value, well then let's put that in there.
That's how it's, oh my gosh, that's how it's listed.
When
People
it's
don't just
listed,
pull a
will there be
number out
a-
of thin air.
Will there be a number
It's-
on that?
Yeah.
And would we
Yes.
be obligated to attempt to make the sale
No.
if somebody offered our asking price?
No,
No.
you
That
are
would
not,
only happen if
long
you sign
as-
a contract.
Yeah,
We're not committed.
Because we're not
Yeah,
even,
because it's not an
to a
auction.
sale when you list
If
it.
it was an auction, you have to take the highest bidder
Yeah.
as Paul.
this doesn't even say we're
But,
gonna list it.
It does.
Right.
It says the mayor is hereby
It
authorized to
says
list.
right here.
But we're not gonna list it until we know what the market value
Right,
is.
market value.
If the market value is $5,000, then why would it be worth the
Well,
effort
it
to
should be
do
more
that?
than that, but,
Well, but who
Then
knows?
what-
Who knows?
yeah, fair.
Do we have a
I mean,
history?
Because we know the real value is what someone's willing to pay for it.
Correct.
That's the
What
actual
the value of everything is.
Yeah.
Do we have a history on this property?
Well, I could give you the history
Okay.
I'd love to see a
It's-
copy of that if you've got.
of what,
I would too.
If you made notes or,
of the agreement.
no,
There is
the
no
history of the property.
I'll go down in the vault and give you the envelope that has the history of it. You can read through all the deeds, all the outsales, you can
Sure.
read the property description of it. And, it's all
Well,
from
it should be discussed.
1932.
We should understand that.
Hasn't been updated since then.
Yeah.
Only
We
reason
should
I'm
be able to
smiling,
It's just
understand
been
that.
sitting
only reason I'm
That's-
smiling is I've seen the size of the files.
We
so-
all have access to that. You can, at any point, look at that. We all have access to
It's in the
it.
vault, you just have to go look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Sounds
answer,
good.
John.
That's-
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's
there.
fair.
I mean, I spent,
Thank you.
how long was I here the other day looking for it? You just have to put some effort in if you want to find
You're
it.
motivated to sell it, I know.
I'm motivated to do the work the
Yeah.
trustees are supposed to be
You're
doing.
motivated to sell.
Okay. Department reports, code enforcement officer. Okay. DPW, they are already out on a issue, so this morning. Fire department.
Yeah, the bank stabilization project on the firehouse is done. If you haven't looked at it, take a look at it. I actually emailed them earlier this week because I asked if there's any money in their budget to put some type of bollards or something up. It just seems a little open. It's just a cliff, for lack of a better word, so I'll see what they say about that. We're dealing with some heat issues again in the building. Seems like an every year occurrence. I think, thinking long-term, we're gonna have to look at replacing the heating in that building. I mean, it's original to the building. We spend several $1,000s every single year getting it to work. So just long-term thinking there. That roof, the roof in the apparatus bay continues to leak. Every year I put that in the budget, it continues to get cut. We really need to replace that roof over the apparatus bay. We're buying $1 million apparatus and putting in a building that leaks, so I'll write that in the budget for next year again. I urge us to find a way to make that happen. I submitted my monthly report. I'm sure you guys all have it, but a good month. We had $64,000 in revenue for the month of September. The breakdown is above that you guys can all read and see. I welcome any questions, but all that's there for your reading pleasure. And then Medicare is paused right now because of the government shutdown. I got an email about that a couple weeks ago, so just a situational awareness. Claims are approved, but they won't pay until the government shutdown ends. So we will see October's revenue be a little lower. Then we'll probably see November's higher, so to reflect that. So just information for you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Two things. I'm glad you brought up the bank stabilization. I had someone send me a picture the other day of the water street and what did you do? What did you do to all the vegetation? The remediation was done so that we do not have disastrous floods in the village anymore. That was one of the key project areas by that Water Street Bridge, where with the centerpiece, which will be going away probably within 2 years, and the movement, you saw the presentation here of how the gravel bank just keeps moving down, was causing flooding and possible flooding. What you see right now is temporary. In the spring, they're going to come in and do the seeding and the planting so that you do have vegetation there. But it was necessary, and we thank all the people, including LEMC, for helping us get that done. And that continues now down towards, I don't know if they finished it or not, down by Risley Street and beyond, so it will continue. So there was a purpose for that. Number two, and I forgot to mention this to the board because it was just told to me yesterday, Mr. Gugino has stated that we have a boiler in this building that needs to be replaced. So we don't have a price on it, but talking about heating, that's something that we're going to have to look at. I will pass it on to you once we get quotes. So.
Also, as far as the vegetation from the bank over on Water Street, the vegetation that was there promoted invasive species.
Right.
So it was actually very important that all of that be removed.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your report. Police? Recreation Department, I want to thank the Recreation Department for a amazing trunk or treat. It was a good idea to move it the way that they did, and Angela did a great job, and her team in a very short period of time. She was involved in the past. For those of you, she's been with the rec department for a couple of years now, a number of years, but she really had a short turnaround on that, and it went very, very well. So thank you. Did get a number of complaints about trick or treat hours. I understand people's concerns, but you have to keep in mind that very few of our communities, of our neighborhoods have sidewalks. Inside the village itself, we have sidewalks. We have places, but many places don't have sidewalks. And it now gets dark just shortly after 5 o'clock, soon to be before 5 o'clock. And it ended up pitch black. So you have that safety issue, as well as modern day issues that we all have to worry about as parents. So I had as many people come to my door this year as we did in the past. So part of our job is to try to keep the public safe as well. And, you know, I do know there are a lot of neighborhood surfers out there. They all want to go to where the best candy is, and it's tough to do it. But you know, sometimes you know, we don't have to cover the entire village with that. So I thank everybody for their understanding. If you have questions and you want to come to a meeting in the future, or you want to write to our trustees and myself about your suggestions, please feel free to do so. Our phone numbers and our emails are on the website, and we are here to listen to you. We work for you. So please feel free to contact us.
I think most
Yes.
communities also did 4 to 7. That was a pretty
Correct.
common
Yeah.
theme. So I don't.
I
And
mean,
the weather
I'd
was
consider
quite nasty
bumping
that
it
night,
up to
too.
3 to 6,
Yeah.
just because of how dark it gets, but 4 to 7 seemed to work fine.
3 to 6, though, then you're
I
barely
know,
out of
that's
school.
pretty
People aren't
pretty
out.
early.
Yeah, we still had
Yeah.
some school buses where some of the
Yeah.
kids weren't even getting home until 4:15, and
Yeah,
but still,
right.
it still gives you a couple hours to get out there
Yeah.
and see everybody.
Yeah.
Wastewater treatment plant.
We are currently working on repairs for the guide rails for the filter bed mud valves. Everything's going well with that. We had our boiler inspections completed and everything passed with the inspections.
Excellent, thank you. Thanks for the work that you do down there as well, so we appreciate it. Water treatment plant, Lewis.
We had our DEC inspection recently. Got digged in a couple areas. The main one was the vegetation on the other side of the spillway. I had asked DPW to open it up so we could take care of it before the inspection, and must have gotten busy and forgot about it, so we got hit on that. Besides that, I mean, if you want to jump right into new business, I could talk about the Beck Electric we got.
Okay?
Yeah.
We have light poles that go up from Sporting Road all the way to the top of the reservoir. And over the past couple of years, dead trees have been blown over through winter and winds and just keep taking down the lines. 2 weeks ago, they took down an actual pole. I got 2 quotes, one to put the line underground from Sporting Road to the top of the reservoir. And I tried to get that budgeted and that was denied, so now the pole went down, I have to replace the pole. And they're talking about putting 250 feet from the pole to the top underground, so that way the dead trees don't keep falling down on top of the line, so that's what is proposed. There was 2 different ones.
The quote we have looks like it expires 2023.
Well, that was an older one, that was just showing the original, from when they were talking about Sporting Road to the top.
So you have an updated quote?
I can call them and get another one.
I think we have a second quote right.
Right, now, the most recent one was just the 250
That's just the replace the
section
pole.
for the pole that fell off or fell out of the ground, ripped out from a tree.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can get an updated one. I was just showing you the difference of what was quoted before
Right.
and right now.
Thank you.
Anything else, Louis? All right. Let's get right into new business, which is BECC electric water treatment plant. We just talked about it, but is there anything from the board with regards to the proposal that's in front of us?
I mean, at this point, I don't know that installing underground wiring is really worth it for that big of a project.
Well, how long do we think it's going to take us to not need that
Who owns,
facility
3 or 4
anymore?
years, probably.
who owns the
It might
trees?
still be worthwhile putting it underground.
There's about 430 acres that we have. And
I don't know,
every
it
year
might
they-
be more worth it to go through and really heavily trim those trees back.
Yeah,
How much would that cost be?
Probably a lot less than,
Probably a lot less than underground wiring.
yeah, especially if our guys could do it.
probably ask some of the tree
Ask him.
people or the DPW what they could do.
Yeah.
I'll look into that, Liz.
I would think the largest cost would be trenching, right? For
The
the,
village would do that.
oh,
Yeah,
That's
that's
on there,
in
it says
this.
the village would do all the trenching, DPW
Okay.
would. So all they're gonna
So
do
that
is
saving
just,
is already included and it's still probably gonna be $30,000.
so right now we have no
Yes, sir.
power up there, because there's a line that's split in half, there's a pole down. So if we gotta go up there at night to check something, it'd be very treacherous with all the
Right.
drop-offs and.
Oh, right.
Right. It's important to get it fixed.
I mean, the current estimate to put underground is less than 11,000. That's actually a pretty decent estimate.
No, there's no way because 2 years ago it was
I
26,000.
know.
But that's also going from the road all the way up, so you're going about halfway.
Oh, I see, it's a shorter run.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
what would be the difference in distance? I mean, I know what you're saying, but like a mile
No.
or half a mile or?
It's hard to say, I mean, I could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't mind walking it up. Anything else for discussion?
One thing, David, you were trying to get Beck Electric to do work at your plant, and I know you've been trying to get a hold of them for quite a while, right?
I need to get the plan from Wendell to get to them, so it's, a couple things were held up and we didn't really have the money with the screw pump. I wanna see where we're gonna come out with that before I expend too much more
Right.
money with that. Just because it's gonna be a big repair for that.
That was for the backup power for the boiler or blower system.
Or for the valve system, like we can open those valves
Right.
manually.
I know.
But yeah, that's what that is for, with that.
Okay. So you're, based on priorities financially, you're.
Yeah, the main concern is getting that screw pump back up and
Sure.
running.
I agree.
You know, on Beck's new quote, it says that they've repaired the overhead wiring every year for the last 3 or 4 years. So how much have we spent on the last 3 or 4 years?
Well, that's what I mean, maybe we should,
Right.
look at getting
Yeah.
those trees trimmed back.
And the difference between their two estimates, repairing overhead and relocating that section, is $2,300. It might be worthwhile to go underground for that section,
Right.
you know,
I
just
agree.
save 1 year of repair and we're in the black.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. I would agree to that, too.
Yeah. I mean,
Any
it's
old
certainly
business
better
at this
than
point?
$30,000
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the whole thing.
Any old business to be brought before the board? Any further discussion? If not, ask for a motion to adjourn.
We don't need one.
Well, I'm asking anyhow, just because I like doing it.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Yeah. Trustee Eskison?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Sirchi?
Aye.
Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you.
Yeah, for just that section to go underground, I think that might be worthwhile.
Yeah.
Just